Hello, this video is going to be about how to mount the stoplight kit to a V56 monokey top case. This bike here is a 2019 Yamaha MT-07, and I'm using the 2140 FZ rear rack frame, which is this piece right here, along with the M5M top case plate, which I'm pretty sure you need in order to use a brake light kit here on this V56. So this little bar right here, this is the TE2140 Easy Lock side case, but obviously I don't have the side cases attached. So I'm pretty much making this video just because there's really no videos out there on how to install this kit, so I'm gonna go ahead and fumble through this, and hopefully some of the shots will be useful for you, whenever you're doing your own, so at least you get some idea what you're getting yourself into. I have the service manual here in case I need a wiring diagram. I got the instructions along with the bits and bobs, and this is the kit here. Let's see, I don't know if these part numbers will be useful. It's like it's a E160 LED brake light kit, or stoplight kit. At any rate, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. Bike's on stands, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so step one of this journey is they want you to, I can't really see that very well because trust me, the instructions looks like they've been copied and recopied quite a bit, so they're kind of hard to read in person, probably even more so on a camera. But anyway, so the first step is they want you to take some sort of punching device and punch out this hole in the bottom of the case. So I'm going to use my shop manual as a little holder here. Let's see, I guess like they're using an Allen key or hex something or other, so we'll go ahead and use that as well. So alright, that doesn't really seem to be working very well. You get a bigger one, more surface area. Yeah, they're definitely hitting it with a hammer, but it doesn't seem to really want to move. There's no other holes, is there? Yeah, no, that's the only one. Whoa! Holy crap! Whew, well, alright, well, good thing everything's rubber, right? Okay, so alright, that's done. And according to this, step 2 is going to be, you gotta put this, insert this little guy right here through the hole. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's through the hole, and I'm assuming, not entirely sure. Well, I guess this will make sense later. This wire here doesn't seem to have anywhere to go. Alright, so I kind of had to reposition here. I got this kind of propped up on a seat. Probably have to figure out something a little bit better here in a minute, but it's good for right now. So this little conical shaped piece right here looks like it kind of fits up through here. Gotta be mindful of the wire. There's a little notch right here. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but there's a little notch right here where the wire, I guess, lays. So you kind of push it up from underneath here for the most part. You probably gotta, I'm not gonna push it too far up there because I want to make sure I get the right connector. So this piece right here goes in here on this little holder. So I angle this up just like so to match the picture. And then looks like there's some little tabs right here on the back, which line up with these tabs here on the front. They're kind of a triangle triangle shape. So we'll go ahead and slap that down like so. Looks like the wire kind of curves in and out a little bit. So okay, that's there. Then we have this big piece right here for this instruction right here. So this, I don't even know what this is. I think this is supposed to mount like right, kind of like this, here and towards the back, or towards the front, I should say. But I'm not sure yet, so. Looks like they have, oh, wait a second, okay. So I made a mistake. So this little piece right here is not the one I need. It's funny because from the picture they look the same. They both go like, looks like this here. It's supposed to be the big one. That's what it's supposed to be. So, all right. So that goes up top like that. And it looks like they got these little notches here for cable routing. And they have the cable going this way, so I will follow the instructions. And this goes down like this. Okay, this is making a little more sense now. So I guess this probably goes like, oh, there's even a little notch right here. So this, where this goes. So I guess kind of keep it out of the way. Oops, probably, I want to rotate this over a little bit more, I suppose. Okay, so looking over things here a little bit more, it's looking like, where am I? Oh, here I am. Okay, so number 9 here, this actually correlates to this threaded insert number 2, which looks like these little brass, I don't know, threaded screws holder here. Inserts. Doesn't look like the photo, but, you know, whatever. So, looks like there's 2 holes here that are kind of empty towards the middle. And it wants you to hammer these in. So, I will go ahead and do that. These 2 screws here. Looks like they're hex. Like so. This is a 2.5 millimeter type screw. So this is going to go down here. Sorry about the noise. My neighbor's doing, I don't know what he's doing in his garage. He's cutting a lot of stuff. Maybe he's building a deck or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm still not entirely sure how it's supposed to be routed, but I'm going to go ahead and, there's a lot of excess wire down here, like so. I guess this will make more sense later on, perhaps. Goes out like this, maybe down. At any rate, he wants to screw this this piece in. Sure. That doesn't sound good, but it works. All right, so I had to reposition here, so because I need more vertical space. Anyway, so now we're supposed to remove the, the lens cover, this piece right here. So go ahead and lift this on up here, and looking at it, looks like there's a screw here at the bottom, one right here. I'm assuming that's all there is. I don't know. There's a few more screws right up in here, one right there. So I don't know. We'll let me go ahead and unscrew this one here and figure it out. Just checking the screws. Yeah, they're all the same size. Okay. Oh, snap. Okay, so that came off. Try avoid getting my dirty hands. Marring this beautiful chrome plastic here. Alright, so I think I kind of figured it out here. So, for one thing, be careful with this plastic. It chips very easily. So, at any rate, right here, this piece right here, the wire needs to kind of follow this channel right up here. But as you can see, you can't really do that because this heat shrink wrap, excuse me, is too long. So what I did was I cut it about right here. This gave protect a little bit here where the connector is, but allow enough flexibility for the wire to go up. And then you kind of gotta reposition. It's kind of glued in there. It's like a sticky back on the back of this LED strip, and you kind of need to kind of push it around a little bit. Even after that, they don't exactly line up. I mean, it's pretty close here in the center, but the ends are kind of so. But it looks like the LED can still make it through the hole, so it should be bright enough. So I'm going to go ahead and get this kind of cleaned up here. Next on the list, they want you to drill out a hole here. Looks like using this, and I assume that's where the wire goes through. So if you like right in here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's actually like a little stamp, a little indention, and I assume this is where they're talking about when you drill through, because that would make sense, because when you put this back, the hole is going to go up into this little slot right there. So let me find a drill bit and push that through. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with the left side here. I wound up having to take the LED, it's like a sticky back, pull it out from this mounting bracket right here and reposition because they were pretty far off. So there's that. Also, so we're going to go ahead and push these through here. These little the wires through the hole I drilled. So, and I believe, if I'm guessing correctly, this backing plate will kind of hide this hole right here, but I'm probably going to add, it's not in instructions, but I'm probably going to add a little bit of silicone on from the inside to help prevent any sort of water entering the case. So push that back in there. Also, I did mess up on the screws. While they're the same kind of type when it comes to the thread, there's two pan heads and there's one conical, like this right here. You probably can't see. So I don't know which way came out of where. I didn't realize until I already pulled them out. So I don't think it will matter a whole lot, but you may want to kind of keep track of where they go, or how they come out and where they go back in. All right, so I'm back here, and a couple of things. For one, I found out where those screws went. The conical shaped one goes under the lens here, and the pan heads go right here and right there. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. Also, the instructions say 4mm drill bit, and Google tells me it's 5/32, which worked perfectly. And now we're moving on to attach the electrical connectors here. So we have this little piece right here, which is angled this way. So the looks like it's in black and white, but I'm guessing the red goes up top, black on the bottom when the connector is positioned this way. That's important because, from what I understand, DC current is polarity sensitive, whereas you know, AC current is not. So, and then once you get that wired up, this attaches to this mount bracket, which then goes onto the top of the case. So the idea is to mount this into here like so, like on the bottom like that, and then this is gonna be really hard to see, but up top here inside the top of the case, looks like you have some molded little tabs here, cutouts, whatever, and it sits in here like so. Sorry, it's really hard to get up here. Anyway, so it's like so, and it looks like the wires kind of sit right here, give you a little bit of an indent so you don't cut them in half when you screw it down here on these little it's like screw holes here into the plastic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I believe that will be it for the top of the case. Okay, so I went ahead and got this done here. So here is the latch as it's installed. We have wires going from LEDs into here, and kind of underneath it, as you can see, where the wires kind of get tucked in there in that little indentation around this little bracket here. And if you notice, there's a little bit of slack there. It's kind of hard. The wiring that they give you is actually super long. It comes all the way down to here. You don't need that much, so I trimmed it down, installed it, still had a bunch, actually pulled it back out, trimmed it down some more, reattached it, but you know, there's still a little bit left. This side here is actually pretty good, but over here I just got maybe about half an inch too much. I'm just gonna grab some duct tape and just kind of tape it up there, because you don't want to cut it too short, because then you'll really be in trouble. So anyway, all right, so we got that done. Oh, I did test fit to make sure it closes, which it does. I'm moving on. Last page, but still not even close to being done. Okay, so now we got to install the switch and we'll connect it to the brake lights. So there's like a little indentation here they want you to knock out with a hammer, it looks like. So I was looking on my, come around here real quick. So I was looking on my plate here, and I was like, wait a second, where's the notch? So, but I kind of looked in the light, and you can kind of see here a little bit of this little indentation right here. And you come up underneath, and sure enough, there's a little plug right under there, this little guy. So you got to do the whole knockout method here again, which should, I guess, is what this connects to. Now I'm supposed to keep polarity straight through all this. Yeah, I'm just gonna cross my fingers on that, I guess. So let me go ahead and grab a hammer and get that knocked out. All right, I guess I'll go through the tried and true method here. That seemed to work so well last time. Grab my hammer. I don't know, there's like this finish on top of it. Hopefully this comes out okay. Try underneath here. All right, so yeah, definitely a plastic tab up there, or a plastic coating layer on top of this. Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna get a knife here. I need to kind of lean this out here a little bit. Kind of wish they would have a little bit more elegant way of doing this. But it did not. So since I have a black wire, a blue wire. Again, I'm supposed to keep polarity straight here, so but there's no real easy way of figuring that out. Alright, so it just kind of snaps in there like that. That feels pretty secure. I don't think it's gonna, doesn't appear to be want to move around or anything on you. So that's good. Alright, so moving on here. Well, we got, went ahead and used the service manual here. Give me some guidance on where some stuff is. So went to the cable routing page here and found that the tail brake light couplers is number 2, which was in the back under the passenger seat. So then I went back here to the wiring diagram, found where the tail light assembly is. The connector here, which is number 81, it's going to be solid blue and solid yellow. It does, after the coupler though, it does change to blue or red. But regardless, came in over here, and sure enough, there's a bunch of little connectors down in here. And I found the triangle connector, which is blue and yellow, and black is for ground. I went ahead and turned on the ignition and grabbed my little multimeter here and found 12 volts on the right side, which is blue, 0 volts on the yellow, which means because the brake lever wasn't applied, I went ahead and put a bungee cord around it, applied brake pressure, and sure enough, on the yellow on the left here, I got 12 volts. So this is my power, black is my ground. I went ahead and came under here, kind of routed the wire up and down through here. Came down. I actually just put it underneath where the mounting bracket for this top case frame came down. I had to cut a hole in the fender here for assembly. I just kind of tucked it up through there. I'm going to zip tie here in a little bit. Went ahead and turned the bike on, turned the key to ACC, and was able to just kind of hold the wires there on the connector and verify that, yeah, I do have power to the top case. The brakes light up. The little LEDs here light up. So I did have to rotate the connector on the inside here 180 degrees to get it to work. But other than that, I'm gonna get everything buttoned up. That should be it. Okay, so I did find another problem here after I got everything taped up and sealed and zip tied and everything. As you can see here, the electrical connector here sticks up. Before it was flat, right? Well, that's okay for the V56 because it was meant for that. So, but I have more than one Givi case. I also have a V40, And this is a smaller case, I use pretty much every day. But the problem is when that little electrical nub sticks up, it interfered with the, it wouldn't sit flush anymore. They did on the V40 here give a little punch out again, kind of similar to what I did before. So I went ahead and punched that out, and I'm going to carry this over. Try to do this one hand. All right, let's see here. All right, so as you see, it fits now. Once I punch out that hole, but it does leave kind of a, well, it's kind of large. It doesn't seal perfectly. So if you come under here, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little bit of a gap there. But I don't know. I guess maybe during a torrential downpour you might find yourself in. Maybe the back wheel with the splashing up. I do have the fender still here, but I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see. They did provide, as in the parts list there, a little nub, and it kind of fits in there, but not very well. Like if I were to put this on there in the V40, I would have to basically put silicone all over it. So yeah, it's not ideal, but if you have more than one Givi case, be in mind that you better make sure you have this hole here, otherwise, or the ability to punch this out. Otherwise, your old case won't fit on the top plate anymore. All right, so this is the next day, and I was thinking about this hole in the bottom of the case problem a little bit more. And I was also looking at this cap a little bit more, and it turns out it actually sticks right on top of here. I believe this is just to protect the top of the connectors, whenever you don't have the case installed. But it does have the added effect. Let me grab this here. When you put the top case back on, you see here, it actually kind of fills up this hole a lot better. So it's not perfectly watertight, but it's pretty, I think it's pretty close. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of water getting in here. You're riding through a rainstorm. So just wanted to kind of clarify that a little bit more in case you kind of run into the same issue. All right, so for the grand finale, let me turn the lights off here, get a better view of how this looks. Hopefully this works out all right. Oh man, that's bright. Oops, that automatic light came on. See if fruit labor. Okay, yeah, no, it looks like everything's working. So that's good. That is good. Nothing's fried. Nothing's broke. I didn't break the case, which is also good. Can't really complain there. Turn this off before I screw up the battery. But was it worth it? Well, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it was worth it because, this case is so big. The brake light's like way down, kind of under there, and this kind of, well, hopefully will alert other drivers, that I'm actually braking, which is good. I do wish the LEDs lined up with the actual holes in the lens a little bit better, but they seem to work regardless. And overall, I mean, the thing is with these aftermarket parts, such as, even for cars and motorcycles, you're putting it together. There's a lot of stopping and thinking and all that kind of good stuff. And it makes sense once you're done with everything. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I can see how that all goes together. But when you're doing it, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not completely sure what's going on here. But you just keep, keep messing with it, and you'll get there eventually. So that's always good. And hopefully you find this video useful. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a guy in a garage. So y'all have a good day.